Hello there, Cancerians. Michele B here, and I've got a little reading for you for your next 12 days. I looked at your prospects for what to embrace and what to leave behind, the big picture stuff. And then I looked at your abundance and prosperity. And then I looked at your love messages for any of those, for all of those of you who want to know those things. Pardon my stutters. I'm not going to edit it. You're going to have to hear all of that throughout this reading, because that's reality for me. You know that I already drew the cards for the whole reading and got a good look at it and absorbed the messages for a little while. And the big thing that I'm getting for you is that you're kind of limiting yourself to what you know, what your experience has been so far. You're like, okay, so there's the blueprint of how life works according to the experiences that I've already had. And you're limiting yourself to that, and that's got you kind of like blah about your future whenever you think about things that are coming up for later on. But the thing is, like, nothing is ever set in stone. And I think there's some surprises coming down the pipe that are going to make you go, whoa, I didn't expect that. You need to be ready to catch them. Okay, so what to embrace for your, coming up future period. I feel like this is a way bigger period than just 12 days that we're looking at. We're not just looking at the last 12 days. We're looking at, a big thing that happened. So what to embrace going forward is the idea that you can create what you want in your life, right? The King of Wands is all about being inspired by their passions and wanting to go forward and create something brand new, something exciting, something that lights them up. There is a little bit too much light reflecting there. I need to do something about that. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if that makes a difference at all. We'll see. Okay, and then what to leave behind? We got the Death card that came up. And it's a little bit better. The energy of that for what the period that you went through before, it wasn't just a short-term period. This is a big picture period. Like, say for a while, way back there, things were pretty stable for you. You knew what to expect day in and day out. And then everything turned upside down because it needed to. You reached a transitional point in your life and things needed to change. You're coming to terms with the fact that things aren't going to be topsy-turvy for a while. Things are going to be kind of stable. Now, you're going to have some pleasant surprises, but it's not going to be like foundational upheavals as you've been through in recent past. Okay. So it's going to stabilize quite a bit. But at this point, you're looking forward and you're like, okay, I can do whatever I want. But then you're like, oh, but there's all these things that are limiting me, right? That's in your head. That's not reality. So looking at your abundance and prosperity, I pulled up 3 cards to look at your internal environment, what's going on within you. We had 2 out of 3 cards were major arcana. So there's some significant concepts that want to be discussed right now. The Chariot was right in the center of what's going on for you internally, and that's referring to your inner drive, your excitement about being a person that is victorious, being a person that lives life on your own terms, does things your way, and is able to not only create abundance for yourself, but for the people that you love. These are things that are really, really important to you. However, like, that's on the front of your mind. How am I going to get there? How am I going to get there? Okay? That's on the forefront. However, you're like, but the man's keeping me down. There are all of these structures in place that are preventing me from reaching the heights that I want to reach. Other people have already done the things that I would like to do. There's algorithms that prevent me from getting to the top, right? And in the meantime, you're like, where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the attention? Where are the accolades? Where is that promotion? Where is that great job that I would really like to have? Why isn't it working out for me the way that I would like it to work out? So that's there. You know what you want, and you think, if I try this, it'll work. If you try this, it'll work. If you try this, it'll work. Now, the cards have some messages for you that I pulled up with the Golden Universal Rider-Waite deck. We have the Judgment, we have the Strength, both major arcana. They're coming up to remind you that what you provide, that's what business is, right? That's what the exchange of economic abundance is all about, is providing something of value to the world. What you provide needs to be something that is meaningful for you to provide without it being necessarily, how do I say this? You want to provide it because it's something that people need and not just because you're going to get something in return. However, you do need to put a price on that thing so that people know how to compensate you, because that will make them feel better. If you give things away for free, people won't value it as much. But if you stress about selling it, it feels like manipulation, and that doesn't feel good, okay? So that's what we got here. It's like, I don't want to be manipulative with the King of Cups being in reverse. I feel crappy about saying, hey, buy my thing. I feel crappy about promoting myself. I feel crappy about doing things and knowing that I'm only doing it because I'm getting money out of it. I feel crappy about raising my rates, okay? Things like that. These are some of those limiting beliefs that were brought up in the last section of the reading. Those self-limiting beliefs that asking for money in compensation for the high value thing that you're providing is bad, right? Is the thing, something that popped up into my head, is the thing that you've been considering providing something that you were excited to provide, or is it something that that you think will sell, but you don't really enjoy doing it? Is it something you do that does pay the bills, but it doesn't make you happy? You know, and everybody else knows that you're only in it because it's something that pays the bills. All right, that doesn't feel good. And I just, like, a little thing that just lit up in me is like some of you might still be, or might be transitioning out of receiving unemployment or receiving some kind of compensation, and it feels bad to you because you feel like you're not providing anything of value. Okay, so there's like some kind of a rift between your ego, what you provide, the value it has, and how you ask for what you want. And you're being asked to come in alignment with the fact that you enjoy providing certain things for your community, and do that. But what about the bills? How are the bills going to get paid? They will. They always do. Everything you need is always going to be provided. This is the final word. Everything that you need will be provided for you. Everything's going to be all right. I see no scarcity for you for your future. The scarcity that you're experiencing at this moment when you think about your money, that's as scarce as it's ever going to be. Everything is going to be okay. You're going to be transitioning into something that feels a lot better, or your attitude will change so that you enjoy it more. But that's the sweet spot, right? Enjoying what you do and being compensated well for those things at the same time. So fundamentally, we got to improve the attitude. That's what this card is all about. You see, in this image, we've got the children exchanging something, right? They're exchanging flowers, and they're doing it just because they love doing it. It feels really good. It feels really good to the little girl to be receiving the flowers. It feels really good to the little boy to be giving the flowers. And we don't know what the little girl's providing, but she's probably providing something, like some kind of her thing in the transaction as well. So fundamentally, we need to get back to just enjoying what it is that we do. When we enjoy what we do, everything else follows. What can you do right now? Final message. What can you do right now to enjoy the work that you do? And do that. Okay. Moving on, Cancer, to your love messages. Now keep in mind that if the messages that I'm talking about don't resonate with you, make sure and check out the other signs in your birth chart, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your Mars. On my channel, I have readings for all of those, for all 12 signs. But also lots of other tarot readers have readings too. So make sure and check out those and see if any of those resonate better with you. But talking about your love messages, if you're in a relationship right now that's going really, really well and you're really enjoying it, you're not going to be tuning into this anyway. And the same goes for those of you who are happily single. I'm talking to people that are not happy with the connections that they're in, or they're single and they would like to attract something better. Or, maybe you just want a little bit of advice about how to improve. Looking at your internal landscape, I'm seeing some good stuff. I'm seeing some positive stuff. I'm looking forward to celebrating some kind of commitment, or I'm getting to know someone better and I want to know, is this going to lead to something really, really special? There's this, the Seven of Cups is a little bit about, could there possibly be something better? There's like that FOMO. This is the FOMO card. Could there potentially be something better? If I settle down with this one person that things are really clicking with, is it going to prevent me from getting to know something even better? Zally! Zally!
Sorry.
School doesn't start for another week. And I see someone, definitely somebody's hanging around in the periphery wanting to get to know you better. Okay. And maybe you've got some sweet feelings for someone too, but then, dun, 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 here come those self-limiting beliefs. Worry, worry, worry. What if I'm not doing it right? There's the way that it should be. There's the way the relationship should be. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? And it seems like there's quite a bit of overthinking when it comes to this connection. And for those of you who are trying to attract it, like every person you meet, you're overthinking and you kind of chase them off. Okay, so we got a gaggle of pieces of advice, but I feel like you're just going to be muddling around a little bit, but something surprising is coming up. Something's really surprising is coming. But in order to attract a positive turn of events with the surprise that's on its way, we got to remember to keep ourselves in this really great positive attitude, especially regarding being in love with ourselves and being truly in comfort, truly enjoying our own company. Being able to say, okay, I can take it or leave it, whatever the connection is, right? I can take it or leave it. Keep in mind that any connection that you're building right now, doesn't have to be forever and ever. You can just be getting to know them right now. It's not something that you should be overthinking at all. It should be fun first and foremost, because if it's meant to be, it will be meant to be. So don't overthink it, okay? So there is a little bit of that. There's like, where's the red flag? Where's the red flag? You'll see the red flag when it happens, if it's going to happen, okay? If not, just get to know them better. If you're not completely lit up about somebody, don't pursue it. Just sit back. Sit back and let them pursue you a little bit, and just, enjoy their company if you do feel like hanging out. What else have we got? And there's some of you that are like, where are my love messages? Just like that Ace of Pentacles, like, where's the money? Where's the love messages? I'm not seeing anybody that I'm interested in at all. There's a special message for you. Those two go together. Here's a special message for you. All right. So I did, like, finishing up for those people who are getting to know some people better, having some love connections, and they're getting to know people better. Just enjoy the process. Let it play out. Don't feel like you're committed to them forever and ever, especially when it comes to like worrying about whether or not there's somebody better out there, okay? Just enjoy the company of the person that you're with right now, and don't think too hard, because things are going to change. Things are going to switch up, okay? Just keep a positive attitude. But for those of you who are like, where's my love at? It's because you got it in your head that there's nobody out there that you can trust. It's like cynicism, quite a bit of cynicism for a lot of you Cancerians regarding connections. Even though you want to have one, you're like, yeah, right. On one side, you're like, I want to be in a relationship. On the other side, you're like, yeah, right. You're watching romance movies and going, yeah, right, through the whole thing. And so that there's no love for you in your future with that attitude. Plain and simple. I really feel like there needs to be some, for those of you who feel that way, there's got to be some reality checking happening about how your perspective affects your prospects when it comes to relationships. Do you really want to be in a relationship? I mean, if you do, then it's time to reprogram your paradigm when it comes to connecting with someone. I feel like there are lots of great potential relationships all around you. Lots of great connections. And they might not think that you're interested in them because you've been putting off the vibe that there's nobody out there for me. There's nobody out there for me. Where is my relationship? You know? And I feel like here's where that Wheel of Fortune comes in for you. I feel like if you're like, who out there do I know that I could just ask to hang out with? Just be like, hey, do you want to hang out? Like, do you want to go do something? And that person's going to be like, whoa, really? I had no idea you felt that way. And it's going to be like, okay. And if you open yourself to being vulnerable, to just hanging out, you get to know people a little bit better, you might be pleasantly surprised. But it's a lot of relearning, Cancer, about how to open your heart and be vulnerable, how to lift that shell off and let people in. And that's going to be a steep learning curve, but it's going to be the greatest adventure of your life. Pulling off that shell and letting yourself be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. I feel like I think that's a large portion of you is experiencing that, of having the shell on while you're like protecting yourself from any potential relationship, while at the same time wishing that you were in one. Okay, so let's look at your affirmations for the next 12 days. Your affirmation. Woo-woo. I just got a quick download that I needed to pull too. So let's see what comes up with that. Wholeness cards from the Salvage Sawhorse. Get yourself a deck. Here we go. First one, I stand up for what I believe in. Ooh, that goes really well with that King of Wands that we talked about embracing at the very beginning. What do you believe in? I think you believe in you for sure, right? You believe in what you are capable of, and what's been holding you back from what you are capable of is believing that other people don't believe in you, but you believe in you, and that's enough. All right, so there's that. You believe in you, and that's enough. Okay, let's get one more. I am worthy of financial abundance. Yes, you are, Cancerians. You are worthy of what you desire. Wow. Yeah, I'm really feeling that with all that stuff I was talking about the paradigm holding you down, the algorithms not getting you where it should, the algorithms not working in your favor. The algorithm of the universe is not working in your favor. That's the belief that you've been holding. There's this thing that I want. There's this stuff that I want to do. There's this potential I need to live up to, but the universe's algorithm is not landing on my page. Keep doing what you believe in. Keep doing what lights you up, and keep doing it with with the intention of the highest good for everyone involved, and the money will follow. Just make sure and price your services or your product really, really well. Put a good price on it, and then act from your heart, and the money will follow. Okay? In the meantime, you're not going to run out of money. There's no risk involved, zero risk involved in you following your heart and doing what you believe in. Okay? You believe in yourself. You believe you're worthy of love. Take that shell off and open your heart. Ask somebody out. Yep, I hear it. Yes, yes, I'll say it. Cancer, I dare you to ask somebody out in the next 12 days. We'll see what happens when we come back in 12 more days. Love you, Cancer. See you soon.